邀请我们党的秘书长林鼎先生。Now it's a turn to invite our Secretary General of the Party, Mr. Lim Tin, to speak. Mr. Lim is a legal advisor, graduate from the Cambridge University, holding a master degree of law. 林先生是一位法律咨询的顾问，毕业于英国剑桥大学。他现在拥有的是法律硕士文凭。现在我们有请林秘书长 Mr. Lim Tin。
Good evening, residents of Sembawang. I'm very happy to be addressing you tonight at this rally for Sembawang GRC. I have only a few minutes to speak to you, but first of all, let me say this. We have put forward a very young and energetic team to contest Sembawang GRC. Our candidates are ordinary Singaporeans, like you, yourself. We are not drawn from the civil service. We are not drawn from the army, from the police. We are ordinary people like you. And why is it that so many Singaporeans always complain that the PAP is out of touch, that they cannot connect with the ground, that they don't understand how people feel? It is because they are not the average Singaporean. They don't understand what we go through in life, what we experience in life. But our candidates, I can say, are representative of our society. And don't be awed by so-called highly qualified people who are standing as candidates, you know, anchor ministers in every GRC who have to lead a team in. Because if you put energetic people who are willing to serve you with good heart, I'm telling you, this country will be better off. Sembawang GRC will not be worse off. Thank you. You know, on the 11th of September, my fellow Singaporeans, we elect members of parliament. We do not elect estate managers. If we were electing estate managers to run your estate, I will be the first to admit I am not qualified. But I think elected MPs are able to appoint suitably qualified estate managers to help them run town councils. You know, the PAP produced an 81-page manifesto. Very lengthy manifesto. But if I can summarize their whole theme for this election, I can distill it down to 4 points. A misguided nostalgia of their past 50 years and their past leader. The town council issue, which they are battling it out with the Workers' Party. Fear-mongering, as usual, about how Singapore will collapse if PAP MPs are not voted into parliament. And number 4, how your estate will deteriorate. The last two, ladies and gentlemen, have been the same message of theirs for the last 35 years. I am 50 years old today. I have been hearing that message since the 1980s. I think you will agree with me. That message has remained since 1980. And They want to talk about town council. They want to turn the whole election into a municipal election. And they want Singaporeans to forget about national issues. But when you forget national issues, when your members of parliament do not speak up for you in parliament on national issues, what do you get? You get the influx of foreign workers. You get overpopulation. You get a relentless rising cost of living. And you get policies like no withdrawal of CPF upon hitting 55, which was what all Singaporeans agreed to originally. It was a promise, a contract with the government. You don't go out there to buy a life savings plan with a company for them 10 years down the road to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not returning you the money in 10 years' time as promised. I'm now dragging on for another 20 years. This is what you get when your MP doesn't speak up for you in Parliament to defend your interests on national issues. Do you want that? Or would you rather just concentrate on local issues, municipal issues all the time? I ask you. Because I think national issues ultimately affect everyone more than just local issues. It not only affects you, it affects your children and future generations. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to bear in mind that on the 11th of September, you are electing members of parliament to represent you in parliament, to speak up on national issues that affect your lives. Do not fall into the trap of the PAP, who are trying to persuade you to ignore national issues and to concentrate on local issues. And I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, our manifesto may only be 6 pages, but those 6 pages contain the 4 issues which every Singaporean is talking about today. And we know this when we walk the ground in Sembawang, in Pioneer, in McPherson, in Tampines. People talk to us about CPF. People come to us to talk about the rising costs of living. How difficult it is for them to put their children through university. The rising medical costs. Overpopulation. The breakdown of infrastructure. And these are the things, ladies and gentlemen, which the NSP is going to keep addressing throughout this campaign. We have done that for the first 5 days of this campaign. We are going to do it for the remainder. We will allow the PAP to talk about issues that are not relevant to people's lives if they want to. I hope that this is the first of 4 rallies you will come to listen to us. We plan to have 4 to 5 rallies in this election. I know I didn't have much of a chance to address you tonight, but on other nights, I shall be going into more substantial issues like the CPF, foreign workers who are taking away Singapore jobs. And that is a real passion of mine, because I am hearing stories of how Singaporeans are losing jobs to foreigners. So I will say good night here, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope to see you in our future rallies. Thank you very much. Thank you.